Good afternoon, students. Today is 30th January 2021 and I am taking fourth day of Unit 3. Let's solve the problem using Rule P and Rule T. These are the rules, inference rules, Rule P and Rule T, rules of inference. So Rule P can be applied anywhere within the derivation and Rule T can be derived from Rule P and the implications and equivalences which are given to you. So you have to write all these implications, equivalences in your copy, and then you have to begin with the question, that is the demonstration which is given to you. Okay, now let's begin with the first demonstration. Demonstrate that R is a valid inference from the premises P implies Q, Q implies R and P. So how many premises are given to you? How many hypotheses are given to you? This is your first
3.
premises, 3. Very good. P implies Q, Q implies R and P. So these are the three premises which are given to you. Now we call it as rule P because P stands for the premises. तो ये रूल P के अंदर आएंगे. तो जहां पर भी मैं P implies Q, Q implies R and P ये यूज करूंगी तो मैं इसको बोलूंगी that these are the rule P. From that rule P we will derive rule T which is the derived from rule P from these implications, any one of the implication which is being used in that or more than one, equivalences one or more than one. तो जितनी ज़रूरत है उस प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट के लिए वो implications और equivalences और वो rule भी हम अप्लाई करेंगे. Now let's begin with that. This is our first column, this is our second column and this is our third column. So here I am numbering first column, this is as 1 and this is the middle column which is 1 2 3 4 5. These are the 5 different statements. Within these 5 statements we arrive with this validation of the R. This is the third way through which you can uh, check the propositional calculus, calculate the propositional calculus, check calculate the validity of the argument. एक तरीका हमने ट्रुथ टेबल बनाया था, दूसरा तरीका हमने ट्रुथ टेबल से ट्रुथनेस की वैल्यू वो पर्टिकुलर कॉलम की रो की वो ली थी, और ये तीसरा तरीका है जिससे हम रूल्स अप्लाई कर रहे हैं, जिससे हम चेक कर रहे हैं कि वेदर द आर्ग्यूमेंट दिस आर इज अ वैलिड इन्फ्रेंस और नॉट. तो सबसे पहले हमने P implies Q लगाया. P implies Q is already given, which is the premises, first premises. So we say that rule P is being applied to rule P implies Q. Okay. Then the second premises, that is P is given to you. This P is given to you. So that is again rule P which is being applied over here. So this is 1, 2. So from 1 and 2, this column, see this column, दोनों पहले और दूसरे से, ये पहली इक्वेशन और ये दूसरी इक्वेशन, ये इससे हमने ये 1 और 2 से हमने ये क्या डिराइव किया, Q. तो यहाँ पर Q कैसे डिराइव किया, ये Q जो है डिराइव किया बाय रूल T. रूल T क्या बोलता है कि रूल T ये बोलता है कि जो हमारे पास में प्रीमाइसेस दिए हुए हैं, जो हमारे पास में इम्प्लीकेशंस और इक्विवेलेंसेस दिए हुए हैं, उससे आप इसको डिराइव कर सकते हो. तो हमने यहाँ पर रूल T अप्लाई किया. क्या क्या चीज़ें अप्लाई की, ये 1 अप्लाई किया, ये 2 अप्लाई किया और इसमें I11 अप्लाई किया. I11 आइडेंटिटी नंबर 11. लेट्स सी व्हाट इज आइडेंटिटी नंबर 11. आइडेंटिटी 11 इज modus ponens. Modus ponens says that P, P और Q implies Q. P दिया हुआ है, this is P, P और Q, this implies Q. Okay, so here uh, P implies Q, P and P implies Q. This is given to you. So it gives you Q over here. Okay. So this is according to rule P, and then the rule T is being applied over here. Rule T is being applied over here. Then uh, the next step, that is fourth step. So here we have written 4. Q implies R, which is a premises. Q implies R is a premises, which is rule P over here. Okay. Now the last row, in the last row 1 2 1 2 and 4, मतलब हमने किस किस को यूज किया, 1 2 और इस 4 को यूज करके लास्ट वाला डेरिवेशन लिया है. सो दिस fifth one is being derived from 1 2 and 4. 1 2 क्या बोल रहा है, P implies Q P, and fourth बोल रहा है Q implies R. So this is third, this 3, this 4, 3 and 4 and identity number 11. 3 4 and identity number 11. 3 4 and identity number 11. So Q implies R will give you R. See, identity 11 says P, P or Q implies Q. Okay, P comma P or Q implies Q. तो यहाँ पर हमारे पास में Q comma Q implies R will give you R. Identity number 11. 1 minute. Identity 11. Okay, so according to that we come with this solution to this problem. Okay, here in implication 11 it is P comma P implies Q gives you Q. P implies Q gives you Q. ये जो P कॉमन है वो एलिमिनेट हो गया और ये Q आ गया. ये implication already given है. This is the implication which is true and it is given to you. 11th number identity. So according to this identity is called as modus ponens. This identity is called as modus ponens. So P comma P implies Q gives you Q. Okay. So now here P comma P implies Q. These two rules are being applied. तो P P common है, यहाँ Q आ गया. Similarly ये दोनों equations जब हमने ली, this is rule T and this is rule P, तो दोनों Q Q common है, इसको हट कट किया तो ये हमारे पास में R आ गया. This is R according to rule T. This is according to rule T 3, 4 and identity number 11. 11 identity says that P comma P implies Q will give you Q. This is identity number 11. I 11. Right? Let's switch to the next problem, or let's see the explanation. First column, second column and the last column explanation. The set of numbers in braces, that is these numbers 1 2 1 2 4 1 2 4, these numbers we are talking about. The set of numbers in braces, the first column for each line shows the premises on which the formula in the line depends. So these shows the premises on which these formulas depends. This is premises number 1, this is premises number 2, and from 1 and 2 this is being derived. This is premises number 4, that is this premises, that is one statement, two statement, this is third statement. So third statement is obtained from 1 2 and this is 4. Okay, similarly this last one is derived from 1 2 and this fourth 1 2, इसका डेरिवेशन क्यों आ गया ये, और ये फोर्थ, इससे हमने R निकाल लिया. The second column of the numbers designates the formula as well as the line of derivation in which it occurs. Okay, second says the second column of the number designates the formula as well as the line of derivation in which it occurs. So this second column says that the rules, premises, rules, and from those rules which we have derived the variables, that is being written in the second column. And the last column, that is the right one. On the right, P or T represents the rule of inference followed by the comment showing which formula and the tautology has been obtained. So which particular formula, which rule has been applied, that is written in column number 3. So this is the description about column number 1, column 2 and column 3. 3 column ka description we have written over here. Now let's take one more problem quickly and then we'll solve the problems, rest of the problems tomorrow. Show that R or S is the screen visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let's see how many premises are given to you and what is the validity you need to check. R और S की validity check करनी है. R और S की validity check करनी है. How many premises are given? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we'll
4.
say this is rule P, this is rule P, this is rule P, this is rule P. So we number over here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and these are the rules which are applied. So we'll begin with the first one. C or D implies negation of H. This is rule P which is given to us. The second one, negation of H implies A and negation of B. The second premises which is given to us. So rule P and rule P. According to these two premises, rule this one and this one we have written, and we'll come over here in the third row where, see here, P implies Q, Q implies R. It means P implies R. Identity number 13. Look at identity number 13. Identity number 13. P implies Q, Q implies R means P implies R. That is hypothetical syllogism. P implies Q, Q implies R means P implies R. These two P is common. P implies Q, Q implies R means P implies R. Can you see this implication? P implies Q, Q implies R means P implies R. So P implies R. That is hypothetical syllogism. So we'll apply that hypothetical syllogism in this problem statement. This is my P, this is my P, this is my Q, this is my Q, and this is R. So it means you consider that P implies Q, Q implies R will give you P implies R. So P is C or D, C or D. R is A and negation B, A and negation B. So rule T is being applied using rule P, that is 1, 2 and identity number 13. And 13 identity says that P implies Q, Q implies R means P implies R. Then this A and negation of B implies R or S. This is the third premises which is given to you. So again we'll apply same thing. P implies Q, this Q implies R. So here P implies R. P implies Q, Q implies R means P implies R. So this is rule T where third, 3 and 4 are being used along with the identity number 13. So identity 13 again says that P implies Q, Q implies R gives you P implies R. So ये P हो गया पूरा का पूरा, ये पूरा का पूरा R हो गया. So we have written this. Again fourth one which is left, C or D is the premises which is given to us. This एक premises, दो premises, तीन premises, चार premises. These are the premises which are true. So now let's take this fourth premises. Similarly, P implies R, and if this is P, then we will get this R. This is identity number 11, which we have seen. P comma पिछले वाले प्रॉब्लम में लगाया था हमने आइडेंटिटी. P implies Q is equivalent to, this is equivalent to Q. This is identity number 11. Okay, and identity number 13 is P implies Q and Q implies R will give us P implies R. Okay, so using these identities, we come to the conclusion that R or S is a valid, show that R or S follows logically from these premises. So R or S is a valid argument. This is a valid argument. Okay, now I am closing the session.